Today I'm going to show you how to load weather forecast data into any application that can consume the results of an OData query. OData-friendly applications include many business intelligence and analytics tools. I'll start by going to the Visual Crossing Weather Data Download page and logging into my Visual Crossing Weather account. If you don't already have an account, you can sign up for a free trial by clicking on the orange button on the right-hand side of the page. Your free trial will give you instant access to a full 15-day weather forecast for any location worldwide. I'll select the option to manually enter the location for which I want to find the weather forecast. However, I could instead select the import option to load a sheet of addresses or paste in a list of locations as plain text. Then, instead of manually typing an address, I'll let the system automatically enter my current location by clicking on the Your Location link below the entry field. I'll also enter a friendly name so that I can easily identify the location in my result data. The default weather query is a 15-day forecast, so I can keep the default and simply click on the button to run the query. When I run the weather query, I'll be shown the weather calendar view, which is good for an overview. I can also switch to the grid view to see the detail level data. I could now click on the Query API button near the top of the page in order to generate an OData query URL. However, before I do that, I'll add a second location to show that working with multiple locations is as easy as working with one. As for my second location, I'll add Paris, France, and then I'll rerun the weather query. In the overview calendar, as well as in the grid view, you can see that my results show the weather forecast for both locations. And now that I have data for both locations, I'll select the Query API button at the top to enter the query viewer. By default, the system will generate a CSV URL. However, I can change that to an OData URL simply by clicking on the OData Radio button below the query text box. I can copy this OData query and paste it into any OData savvy application. As an example, I'll now show you how to use this OData URL to load the weather query results into Excel. While the interface and options are a bit different for every OData consumer application, the general steps shown here in Excel will apply to most applications. To load the data, I'll switch to the Data tab and select the OData Feed option under the Get Data menu. Next, I'll paste in the query URL that I copied from Visual Crossing Weather. Excel will now fetch the metadata for the query and show me the result tables that are available. For the weather results, I'll choose the WX Request table. Excel will show a preview of the result data, and when I hit the Load button, Excel will fetch the full data set from the OData query. As you can see, the 15-day weather forecast has been loaded for each location in my request. You should be able to easily replicate this process for any data analysis tool in which you want to load weather forecast data. If you would like to learn more about using other Visual Crossing Weather options, such as weather history data, historical weather summaries, and using weather data within other analysis tools, please see our other videos and tutorials. Thank you for watching.